Hi everybody, welcome back to the vlog. Today I'm making a video about choosing your audition speeches for drama school or National Youth Theatre or maybe Lambda qualifications. Over the past 2 years I have found myself frantically searching for play speeches. My MYT auditions, my previous drama school auditions and my Lambda qualifications myself. And through such a tough process I understand that it can be a bit difficult. So as my second year of auditions is approaching, I am currently on the search for speeches, and as a result I thought I'd share my process with you and just share some tips and things that I've learned over the past year or so. So for any of you looking for drama school speeches, which is what I'm doing this year, most schools ask for 2 types of audition speeches. One of them would be contemporary, normally 2000s onwards, and then classical, Shakespeare. Always look up your school and their exact audition requirements because not every school is the same. Some even have songs and other things like that, or will ask for 3 speeches rather than just 2 from other specific dates. I'm gonna begin by talking about contemporary speeches because I find that they are a bit more difficult to find. Any of you that just want to know about classical speeches / Shakespeare, I'm putting a timestamp up here so you can skip to that time in the video where I'll be talking about classical speeches. So basically how I always get my speeches is literally I just buy the play, I read it, if there's a speech that I like, that's how I do it. And it is expensive and it is tough and annoying. To make that cheaper and to make that quicker, there are a lot of ways around it. The reason I say that I buy the plays is because plays aren't really put in public libraries. You may find if you're at school or college right now that your library does provide some modern plays because they'll be part of the drama department, but not a lot of public libraries do supply that unless they're huge libraries. But luckily these books are sold and they are put in bookshops. So if you can find a big local bookshop like a Waterstones or Foyles, most of them will have a drama and theatre section and most of them will provide some modern plays. Most Waterstones stores are huge, but their bookstore, their drama and theatre section will be tiny and it won't contain a lot of modern plays at all. They'll normally contain like 1800s, 1900s and then Shakespeare stuff. I recommend if you're in the south, you can easily get to London, hit up the National Theatre bookshop, which is located in the National Theatre on South Bank. It's literally just maybe like a 14-minute walk away from Waterloo Station, and it is such an amazing resource. NT Bookshop is just an entire bookshop full of plays. What I tend to do if I'm looking for a speech there is I go into the NT Bookshop and I look everywhere. And I know this is a bit cheeky, skim read the entire play. Plays are normally quite short, they're normally like 50 to 100 pages. Look through them. If there's a monologue, look at the character, see if it fits your gender, and then look at the front at the character list and see what information it gives you about it. If the character doesn't really fit you, but you really like the speech, okay, keep it. You can buy it there or take a photo of the play, write it down, and look it up on Amazon later because normally plays and books in general are a lot cheaper on Amazon. I'm really sorry to any viewers in the Midlands or the northern parts of the world or Wales or Scotland who may be watching this video wanting my advice, and I'm sorry that I gave you the MYT bookshop because it's in London. I know that's hard. But if that completely isn't an option for you, I'm gonna head straight to my Amazon tip. One thing I have a bad habit of is literally binging through the recommendations on Amazon. Go look at one thing on Amazon and then just go through all the recommendations following that. That's what I do when it comes to plays. So they'll tend to stock plays or recommend you plays if you're looking at them. They'll tend to give you ones that are like, you know, popular, well written, current and stuff like that. Literally, I know it takes a lot of time. Go on Amazon, type in contemporary play or type in a play that you know from this era and then look at all those plays, research them, see what you can find out about them, go on YouTube, type in name of play monologue, because sometimes that's just an easy way of seeing if there's a monologue in there. You can't find a lot of information about it, but you really like the sound of the play. If you do not have quite a big budget, things can be returned, and plays are generally so short that they are a really quick read. Don't be too afraid to actually return it if you've read it and there's nothing you can use from it. However, if you find a play that has a monologue in it, but you don't like the play at all, or you don't really like the character, don't choose that. Don't take the easy route out, because you're gonna do yourself such a massive favour if you appreciate the play. Remember, at this stage, you have the opportunity to choose which character you're playing. This is probably going to be the easiest part of your whole drama school journey, because you're directing yourself and you are choosing your character and it's your interpretation. So really just enjoy the process, I think, of choosing these speeches and looking for modern plays. This could be your only opportunity to play this character ever again. So do something that you do love and you feel speaks to you. I'm going to talk a little bit about online lists and speech books now. Firstly, online lists. I find that online speech search tools like the one on Backstage and just generally looking for somewhere to say this is where a speech is at, they never really recommend post-2000s plays. Like, I've never seen a list that has post-2000 play on it. Like, they're normally like 1980s and then past that. However, speech books can be good. When you first look at that speech, you're just looking at that speech, which means you don't get an entire overview of the character and you don't get an entire overview of the play. So you can fall into a habit of just getting a speech book, learning that speech and performing that speech, which isn't necessarily going to help you if you haven't read the play, because you can get up to an audition, do your speech, and they'll ask you why you chose that. Why did you choose the play? What did you like about it? And other things such as context and what happened before the speech, what happened after the speech. This is Wasted by Kate Tempest, which I think is about drugs and alcohol, which is cool. I believe there's one female monologue in here. In Centre Stage, which is 8 short plays. This is a brilliant play by Duncan Macmillan called People, Places and Things. It's a brilliant play, it's such a good read, and this is full of monologues. Freak, writer by Ella Hickinson. BU21 by Stuart Slade. This is a monologue play. And lastly, this is Sparks by Simon Longman. This is just something I found off an Amazon recommendation. Okay, so now I'm going to be talking about the classical speeches. I'm only going to be talking about Shakespeare. This is because I know for a fact that a lot of people are going to be choosing Shakespeare, and it's just the most popular choice. Shakespeare's the only classical stuff that I'm doing, but also the reason I would say do Shakespeare anyway is just because it shows that you have a skill for doing Shakespeare when you're at auditions, but also the fact that Shakespeare as a writer gives the actor so many clues. He just gives you the tools. If you learn about Shakespeare's writing and the way that he writes, or basically just follow the advice of stick to the punctuation and think about the rhythm, then the character comes through in your natural acting instinct. Basically, Shakespeare just tells you what to do. And it's great. And also he has a great array of speeches for both men and women. Woohoo! There are 2 schools that I know of that have classical speech lists. Those 2 schools are Italia Conti and the Royal Central School of Speech and Drama. The speeches on these lists are from Shakespeare. My first tip, I guess, for choosing a speech is look straight at those lists. If you're not going there, or you just don't want to look at speeches, or you only want one speech from a list and then you want to be able to actually have the freedom to choose your own, Shakespeare is one of the most accessible writers to learn and to read. Most Shakespeare plays you'll find for free online, or Google Books sells so many Shakespeare publications for like 99 pence, but normally they're pretty much all online. Translations are online, Wikipedia, the scene and act summaries are all online. It is so easy to find a play and find a speech from that play. Literally just research Shakespeare female or Shakespeare male monologues, read them all. Find if there is one that you like and then research the hell out of that play, learn that play, buy the play, make sure you read it. If you look at drama school's audition requirements page, they normally say speech from here and a speech from here, and the speeches have to be contrasting. What the hell does contrasting mean, you may ask? Well, the easy answer would be one drama / tragedy and one comedy. Now these are normally genres of plays, however, don't stick to the genre of the play as if it's the word of the Lord, because really they're looking for contrasting speeches. They're not looking for contrasting plays. They're looking for the way that you play that character, because why they ask for contrasting speeches is so that they know that you can play two different scenarios or two different types of characters. They want to see your range, basically. So maybe you have two speeches that are both tragical plays. However, the Shakespeare one maybe is really, really sad, but the contemporary one is a lot more light, happy, and maybe has jokes in it. So that's what they mean by contrasting. So when you're choosing your speeches, think about your interpretation. So that's really the bulk of my video. I hope you enjoyed it. My top tips at the end are just read the plays, read as many plays as you can, and just really try to actually cast yourself well. So that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope if you're watching this, if this is something you're struggling with, or you're going out for drama school, NYT, or other auditions, I really hope I helped. I'm really trying to just share my process this year. When I was auditioning last year, I really didn't have a lot of help in terms of auditioning for drama school. I don't feel like there was a lot of guidance. There aren't a lot of shared resources because drama school is really hard and can feel really inaccessible. So I just want to share my journey on YouTube. I think that's one of the greatest tools. If you're interested in that, stick around because I am going to be sharing my entire process. Have a great day, guys. Stay litty.